Squid Game. What an odd name.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're ranking every game in Squid Game.
영감님, 이제 해야 돼요.
For this list, we're counting down all the games played in Netflix's Squid Game in order of how sadistic they are and how important they are to the plot. And it goes without saying, but there are spoilers ahead for Squid Game Season 1. Let us know in the comments which game you think you'd have the best chance of winning. Number 7. Dokji.
선생님, 저랑 게임 한번 하시겠습니까?
It's not a game played on the island officially, but it is the one that gets every single character pulled into their high-risk, high-reward ordeal. Also known as Pogs outside of Korea, though they're not exactly the same, the aim of the game is simply to use your paper tile to flip your opponents over, taking it in turns. Gi-eun gets 100,000 won for every game he wins, and if he loses, gets slapped by the strange businessman who challenges him in the subway station.
그럼 몸으로 때우시면 됩니다.
몸으로요?
Ultimately, even if you lose every single game of Dokji, you're not gonna die, unlike all the other games. But it's still a unique and compelling introduction to the show's concept, for both the audience and the characters. Number 6. Tug of War. This is a game that is not unique to Korea. It's something all kids around the world will have played at some point. Here, the aim is to avoid falling to your death at the bottom of a vast pit, with a guillotine positioned so that when a team loses, they can't climb back out on the rope. The rope gets severed, and they plummet to their doom. It's definitely one of the least shocking and most predictable parts of the show, since it's clear enough what's going to happen as soon as the game is revealed. But it's still a way nobody would want to die. Worse, the fall doesn't instantly kill all the players. Some are still breathing, barely, when the guards carry them away. Number 5. Pupkey.
놀이터가 뭐가 이렇게 커? 뭘 시키려고?
There are 4 shapes on 4 doors, and everybody has to pick which one they want. Just to be safe, Sung-woo suggests they each pick a different one.
투자에도 그런 말이 있어. 계란을 한 바구니에 담지 마라.
This turns out to be the wrong call, as they're playing a game called Dokji, where a shape needs to be cut out intact from a piece of honeycomb toffee called dalgona candy.
좋겠다.
Gi-eun inadvertently picks the hardest one, the umbrella, while Sung-woo has the easiest, the triangle. In the end, Gi-eun seems to be the only umbrella competitor able to carve his umbrella out without breaking it, which he does by licking the back of the honeycomb until it melts enough to simply pull apart. Anybody who fails is brutally shot at point-blank range. Number 4. Glass Stepping Stones. Another game particularly cruel for those with a fear of heights. The players have to cross a bridge made of alternating glass tiles.
He's gone.
Oh no.
Some will break, some won't, and there are also lots of gaps to make it even more dangerous. Typically, there's also a tight time limit, which leads to frustration in the group. Going last means you know which tiles are duds, but it also means you'll have to go much faster. This makes it even tenser because the 3 main characters are right at the back.
왼쪽이라고. 정신 차려.
It's also so stressful that the players forget the path they should be taking, and some refuse to move forward.
야, 이 씨발놈들아! 나 여기서 더 이상 안 가!
You've got a 50-50 chance of dying 18 times over. Yikes. Number 3. Squid Game.
그 돈, 난 절대 여기서 가지고 못 나가.
It's the entire show's namesake, and the game we see played by a young Gi-eun in the opening scene, so of course it ranks highly. It's also one of the trickiest games to follow for non-Koreans, as there's no version of it outside the country.
So any kind of violence is allowed?
Sure, there are no restrictions.
It's just Gi-eun and Sang-woo going head-to-head back in the very first arena we saw during Red Light, Green Light. But it quickly descends into an all-out fight rather than following the rules, which is why, despite it being the title of the show, it's not the top entry on our list. However, it's still one of the most important moments in the series, fought in the rain between the only two survivors. Number 2. Marbles. This one was as tricky as it was distressing. After being encouraged to pair up, it turns out that their trusted partners are their competitors. This pits Gi-eun against the old man, Ali against Sang-woo, and perhaps worst of all, the married couple who have been there the whole time.
상대의 구슬 10개를 모두 따내는 사람이 승리합니다.
They're actually allowed to play whatever marble game they like to claim all the marbles from their rival. Whoever has the marbles survives.
자네 거야. 우리는 깐부잖아.
It goes to show that even in a system that seemingly gives you freedom, in this case, the freedom to choose the game, you are still being controlled by rules you can't influence or change.
게임 바꾸게 해줘. 그래야 공평하잖아. 니들이 여긴 평등한 곳이라며. 어?
인정합니다.
It was certainly upsetting to watch this play out. Number 1. Red Light, Green Light.
무궁화 꽃? 그 옛날에 어릴 때 하던 거 말이에요?
Though it was only the first true game, it was the one that introduced us and the players to the sadistic world of the show, and the ruthlessness of the frontman.
This is the frontman speaking. Preparations for the first game are complete. You can begin now.
The only rule is that you can't move while the giant horrifying doll is looking at you, or you'll get shot by one of the many snipers around the arena.
방금 무슨 소리예요?
Hundreds of people are slaughtered in this first game for tripping, stumbling, or just twitching slightly. Everybody who tries to flee is killed with no mercy in one of the show's most disturbing scenes. But it really epitomized what Squid Game is about. Simple children's games with fatal consequences, and no room for error. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.